If you were to visit the Waterkloof suburb in Pretoria, South Africa today, you'd find a quiet, upscale neighborhood tucked into the hills. On a given morning, you might spot a 39-year-old man with gray hair walking his poodle. He stops in at a local shop to grab a coffee, blending in perfectly. The locals around him don't bat an eye, but this seemingly average, anonymous guy is actually Oscar Pistorius. Not that long ago, he was undeniably one of the most famous and recognizable athletes on the planet. Millions knew him as the Blade Runner. He won 6 Paralympic golds and made history as the first double amputee to compete in the Olympics. That all ended in February 2013. Pistorius shot and killed his girlfriend, Reeva Steenkamp, firing 4 bullets through a locked bathroom door. After serving his time in prison, he was released on parole in early 2024. Since then, he has essentially disappeared. Once the focus of a relentless global media circus, he has now made an active, deliberate choice to become invisible. It makes you wonder how someone with that level of extreme notoriety actually manages to completely hide in plain sight. Part of that vanishing act involves his physical appearance. Today, he dresses specifically to obscure the prosthetic legs that once defined his entire public image. He keeps a low profile, complete with a little stubble, making sure nothing stands out. His professional sports career is completely gone. When the charges were brought against him, he was stripped of all his lucrative sponsorships and permanently banned from competitive sports. Yet he still has that athletic drive. To satisfy it, he has taken up the racket sport padel, and he even enters local Ironman triathlons. Last year, he actually placed 3rd in the physically challenged category of a race in Durban, but he managed to keep it quiet by competing under a fake name. Starting over can often be financially difficult, but Pistorius doesn't have to worry about money. He is housed and financially protected by his uncle Arnold, who is said to be one of the richest men in the region. Despite this extensive financial safety net, he still decided to take on a quiet, everyday job. As of 2025, he works for a local sound engineering company. Pistorius is deliberately dismantling the Blade Runner persona to construct an entirely new, anonymous existence from scratch. He has also restarted his personal life. He is now in a relationship with a new partner named Rita Grayling, and the two recently attended his sister's wedding together. People who have seen them together note that she bears a striking physical resemblance to his late victim, Reeva Steenkamp. The couple spends a lot of their time at a modern, youth-oriented gospel church. This is a noticeable departure from the traditional Afrikaans congregation his family used to attend. While there, he takes on completely mundane volunteer roles. Churchgoers see him outside directing traffic in the parking lot and inside serving refreshments to the congregation. For a man rejected by the wider public, this specific church environment offers him something very rare. It gives him a clean slate, a sense of unquestioning acceptance, and a quiet, localized community. But while Pistorius builds this quiet new life, the family he shattered is living an entirely different reality. Reeva's father, Barry Steenkamp, passed away having never offered forgiveness. Until the very end, he maintained his uncompromising stance that Pistorius killed his daughter deliberately. On top of their immense grief, the tragedy took a crippling financial toll. A decade of relentless legal battles and courtroom appearances very nearly bankrupted the Steenkamp family. Today, Reeva's mother, June, continues to carry that ongoing emotional weight in silence. She has to navigate a world where her daughter's killer is allowed to walk free. While headlines continue to track Pistorius's new hobbies and relationships, the Steenkamp's reality remains permanently frozen in the loss of their daughter. The justice system allowed Oscar Pistorius to fully serve his time, step out of prison, and start over. But for the Steenkamp family, they are the ones who feel they have been handed the true, unpardonable life sentence.